Big news dropped this week all around the rise of DeepSeek. For those of you who don't know, in just a short span, this Chinese AI company has disrupted the landscape entirely, surpassing ChatGPT as the most downloaded AI app on the US Apple App Store. And it might just be challenging the dominance of American AI giants.
So basically, the backstory here, new model comes out. This model was way cheaper to develop.
So I believe it cost $6 million to produce, and it sent shockwave. I believe NVIDIA's stock crashed by 17% upon this release.
So it's a lot cheaper to develop. I think there's basically two different stories here. The first is a story around company competition, and then the second one is around country competition. So when it comes to the company competition side, we've heard that there have been some reports that DeepSeek is actually turning a profit. And then there's also the country competition side. This was a Chinese company that developed this. And there have been people who have come in, like Mark Andreessen, who's talking about this concept of this is the Sputnik moment of AI, where we've got another country that is challenging sort of like the US AI supremacy here. There was $1 trillion in market value that was wiped out the day that DeepSeek was announced. There's speculation that this may have been developed using NVIDIA's best chips, even though they technically weren't supposed to be using them. There's speculation that they may have even trained part of their model using OpenAI outputs. And so now OpenAI is kind of coming back to the table now and saying, what's up with this? Do we have to maybe involve legal actions? There's just so many different layers to this. It's kind of crazy.
How do you think the other major players right now are responding behind the scenes?
Okay, so if we think about major players like OpenAI, Anthropic, maybe even Meta, right now, the pressure that they're probably feeling right now is they have huge upfront fixed costs that they have to spend to train their models. Anthropic, for example, we don't know exact numbers, but they say it was between $100 million and $1 billion to train their frontier model. That is absolutely insane when you compare it to the $6 million that it costs to train DeepSeek. They're going to have to decrease costs, but they have much higher expenses than DeepSeek. But they are in a situation now where they're probably going to have to decrease their prices. There's not a huge level of differentiation between their products and DeepSeek, so they're probably going to have to turn their prices down, and that means they're going to be losing a lot more money. They're going to have to increase their burn rate.